as leaders have qualified to be on this very advanced call, and you represent your team. This is the type of call you cannot miss on a Monday night. Why? Because it gives you an opportunity to gather the questions from your team and bring it out on this call and ask those important questions. Get those answers, and you pass it on to your team. You represent your team. So Tuesday night, we've got the basic training next 30 days. Sunday night, again, Sunday night call, we're going to go through a major transition as well. It already has a little bit. It's going to be the process of the business. But Monday night is a leadership, and you get a chance to have input in this training. You get a chance to ask us what type of topic you want to have on this. What does your team need? Bring it to us. Ask those questions. That's what this call is all about. So you get a chance to do that. I know we've had this call for many years, but it's going to the moon moving from today. That's why I wanted to be on this call myself. So I want to congratulate you. And I thought, you know what? With the new decade just upon us, the first decade was about infrastructure, building the infrastructure. Over 1,000 SKUs of the finest, most fashionable, best quality products in the world. It took a long time. The compensation plan had to evolve. It was always the best. It still is the best. But we updated to represent a global market, not just an MLM market, as well as the realities of today, where upfront money, it takes far more precedent than ever before. When I was in the business, when I got in, I still launched my profession MLM in 1990. That was 26 years ago. We barely talked about upfront money. Nobody talked about wholesale profit. Nobody did. You know why? We understood at that time that MLM is about one thing: leverage, residual income, work hard for 5, take the next 50 off. It's that type of concept that everybody took in. Nobody cared about now cash. Everyone talked about the future, getting out your job, firing your boss, residual, residual, residual. Well, that was a reality for back in the 90s. But what is the reality of today, especially with the global market, is that now cash is far more important than ever before. So now we did some tweaking and advancing, and now you've got this insane wholesale profit. So we're moving. We're agile on our feet. We're moving around. We're looking around. We're paying attention. We're seeing what we need, and we are all over it, from the product, communication, software. This training, I'm here because I saw a need. The compensation plan, we're never agile. We're always agile. We're never stagnant, and this is how you got to be in your business. So I thought, you know what, the infrastructure is built. I think everybody, whether you're part of this business or you're not part of this business, I know our competition is very complimentary about our product line and everything else. So we are a great, great company. So I thought, let's kick off the CDSE Decade 2 with something that's very, very important, and that is speed. Because in MLM, you got to understand one thing. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. How you do is what sets the culture for your team. If your culture is to get in and become in a diplomat in the first 30 days, like many of you have done, guess what? That's the culture in your team. Because people that run into you, whether it's people in your team, generation 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 500, or whether people you personally brought in, when they look at you, your team, people in your team, the culture, unfortunately or fortunately, let me repeat that, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on where you are, you set the culture in your team. So if your culture, if it takes you, say, for example, 6 months to go diamond, well, guess what? It's something you can do instantly, but guess what? Well, that's unfortunately culture. Not everybody's going to follow that, because some people will get it and go faster, but you know what? If it was okay for you, it's okay for them. If it takes you 30 days to go diplomat, guess what? That's the culture. Not everybody can do it, but you know what? They'll shoot for it. And the ones who will make it, they would have not done it had you not done it. So what you do in the first, when you hit the ground running in MLM, when you start your profession, you're going to hit the ground running, what you do will follow you for the rest of your MLM career. So like I said, in 6 years from now, let's visualize a bit. In 5 years from now, you show up in a stadium, there's 10,000 people there, and they're there to see you. as the latest millionaire. And every single person that you talk to, they're going to walk up to you, amongst other things, they're going to ask you one question. How did you get started? Well, it took me about a year to get going. I was kind of busy. You just told that new person, yeah, you got a year before you can get going. So if you say, hey, I hit the ground running, I was on the phone, I was on the calls, Tuesday, Sunday, 6 days ago, I qualified for diplomat and ambassador, and I'm sorry, there's a bunch of stuff going on my screen here. We don't need anything for a presenter, not yet. Okay, so if you got in and say, you know what, I'm a diplomat my first 30 days, you told that new person, get to work. So it's really, really important. This call is about rank advancements. And I want to talk a little bit about compensation plans. We all know we are the absolute best compensation plan in the world. Our numbers are absolutely insane. All you have to do, I don't care if you know somebody from another company and who's making $1 million a month. I don't care. All you have to do, that doesn't mean anything, by the way. It means nothing. All you have to do is take the volume, whatever the volume is, and if you put that into GWT, you structure it properly, we know 100% whatever the check is, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 a month, whatever volume, the CV, the commissionable volume, you put that into GWT, and they're going to triple their income overnight, instantly. Triple their income instantly. We know that already. It's because of many things. The variable plan in binary never existed before, which I invented. We're the first company to have that. It's not a 50-50, it's not a 1/3, 2/3, it's all of those plus variable. You got thousands of different ways of making money as long as you got 1/3 on each side. No other binary plan on the planet has ever offered that in the 70-year history of our industry, or nor does today. We have that. Free flowing. Removing ranks from the compensation plan, where you come in from day one, you get to diamond, you're at 500 cycle. No other company allows you to do that. For you to maximize a plan from day one, you have to go, nobody does that. Here you can do it. But in any other company, you have to become the top rank, whatever that is, Starship Commander, the Supreme NATO Commander, whatever that is, you got to get to their top rank in order to maximize the compensation plan. Here, it's available to you from day one. So it's all great, and it all contributes to our insane ED ratio, which is earning per distributor ratio. You heard the leadership talk about this stuff all the time. But let me tell you about the downside of the free-flowing plan. So human beings, we have a tendency to do only what we are required to do. So if we don't need to do much, then guess what? We tend to not to do much. If we don't have to be active, we tend to not to do it. How many of you bought a membership from a gym, show up to 2 weeks, and then became, so 5 days and 3 days and 2 days, next thing you know, weeks go by, you don't go to the gym. Same with diet, same with any other discipline. Well, business is the same. Unless you have a reason to, unless someone's forcing you to, then we tend to, as human beings, stray. If your job told you, come in, we're not going to get reprimanded if you don't come in. You're not going to get fired if you don't come in, But so if your job allowed you to do that, guess what? You'd stray from that too. But if you don't show up, 1 or 2 warnings, then you're gone, right? You lost your job. So the downside of the free-flowing plan is that it doesn't have that gun to your head like every other compensation plan in MLM does. It's called ranks, where if you don't do this, you lose. With GWT, we don't have that. We say if you do this, you gain. Other companies, if you don't do this, you lose. So every single week, your personal requirements, you got the CV balancing, you've got people in your team have to advance, and they have to be balanced. There is a tons of things. There are companies out there that their definition of an active distributor, get this right, their definition of an active distributor is if you sponsor 3 people a month. If you don't do 3 people a month, it doesn't matter if you did 2, it doesn't matter if you're on an auto ship, it doesn't matter any of that. If you don't do 3 a month, you're not even considered to be active. In GWT, our definition is basically be on your IA. It's ridiculous. So the downside to our free-flowing plan is that it's too easy. we're way on one side, other companies are way on the other side. We got to bring it right in the center. Now, we don't have a mechanism to force you to do that, nor do we want to. Hence why I created the free-flowing plan. However, you want to have a culture. So how you make up for what we don't have is the culture. Write down the culture. The culture is what determines the speed, determines what the activity, determines the habit, determines the positiveness or the negativeness, determines how much complaint you get or how positive you are, determines how active they are, how visual or how focused they are. The culture is everything. So when it comes to rank advancements, I would say, don't go talking to the next person, hey, you know what? I mean, you can. Let me rephrase this. You can do it any way you want, but here's how I would do it. Now, this is not for everybody, but if I find somebody who understands network marketing, is got what it takes, they're excited, they're revved up, they want to go. They'll tell you, I want to get on that cruise. Well, I wouldn't be promoting really the cruise. I'll make sure they understand the launch pad. Step by step, the launch pad is your absolute blueprint. Your launch pad should be every second word of your conversation with your distributors. The launch pad, launch pad, launch pad. You got to make sure you understand it, you memorize it, you completely get it. It becomes part of your conversation. But here's what I would do. If I launched you and you said, you know what, Ramin, I want to be the next RA, next 8 to 10 months, great. It's this. How do I do it? One strategy. 16-6. What? 16-6. That's your fast track strategy in MLM, in GWT. What 16-6? Get out there, launch 16 videos, and make sure to stay on IA for the next 6 months. Appropriate IA. And we'll talk about what that's appropriate IA. That means if you're a diamond, they got to be on 150. If you're a selenium, they got to be on 75. Appropriate IA. So get 16 launched. On for 6 months. There's a couple other things, but that comes together automatically. And guess what? You're now trip qualified. So of course, once you get to the RA, you've already got the shopping spree. You've already got the cruise. It's all part of the process. So right from day one, again, this might not be for everybody, but if you got someone who's telling you, I want to quit my job, who's telling you, I want to make 10,001, who's telling you, I want to go on that cruise, who's telling you, I want to go on that trip, I want that car, those type of people, 16-6, 16-6, 16-6. So start the culture of 16-6 in your group. Because when you start doing that, right from day one, people know, oh, well, I got to get, I got to launch a bunch of VDMs and make sure 16 of them stay on their appropriate IA right from day one. And so mathematically, it's not easy, but mathematically, somebody can get to their RA in 6 months, because you launch 16 the first month, they stay on their appropriate IA next 6 months. That gets us a couple other things where it comes together. Mathematically, it's possible that you actually get your trip qualified within 6 months. So your fast track to success in GWT to the RA level, which is the first major leadership level, is 16-6. Make that a culture in your team. Now, I like to give people levels names, because I think people understand names, benefits versus more than names. For example, you can be a diplomat, which is wonderful, and you've got a beautiful pin. But I think we tell someone, again, some of the stuff is just suggestions, but it doesn't mean you replace anything we already have. You just basically take my information, put it together, right, with what we already have. If I wanted to say someone, in my culture, in my group, I want to say, hey, we're going to get your shopping spree going qualified in the first 30 days. Well, what's that? Well, diplomat. Your diplomat, basically you get 3 diamonds, or diplomat, no, you're qualified for shopping spree 1, which is $2,000 of free products, shopping spree. So it's your shopping spree 1 qualified. So if I wanted to become ambassador, hey, let's get your cruise qualified. See, people understand how to get a cruise. Let's get your cruise qualified. I launched you tonight. I got the application. Let's get your cruise qualified right away. Everybody understand that. Ambassador, for some people, believe it or not, these names kind of confuses them. I'm not saying for not to use the name. They have to understand what rank they're in. But when it comes down to getting them, the lingo, the conversation, people necessarily don't care about the name. They care about what they're getting, what's doing for them. What's the benefit? So let's get your shopping spree 1 qualified. Let's get your cruise qualified. For Ambassador Challenge, let's get your shopping spree 2 qualified. So you can imagine, which is $10,000. That's when you become an ambassador in the first 30 days. So it's called Ambassador Challenge, right? So shopping spree 1 qualified is a Diplomat Challenge winner in the first 30 days. You can become a cruise qualified. Doesn't matter how long it takes. There is no timeline for that. However, you do your ambassador in the first 30 days, you qualify for shopping spree 2, which is $10,000 of free products, of bonus products. I mean, what a shopping spree. Who doesn't want that? Imagine you go to your favorite mall, somebody give you a gift card for 10 grand to buy what you want. That's what I'm talking about. The Ambassador Challenge. Again, some people get revved up with those titles. Wonderful. And again, it stays within the mix. But what I would want to bring out is say, hey, let's get you shopping spree 2 qualified. Now imagine in a room, you're doing a meeting and training, and people saying, hey, I qualify shopping spree 1 first 30 days. We got to get you to do that too. The new person doesn't need to know what Diplomat is. Shopping spree, what? $2,000 the first 3 months? How'd you qualify for that? Well, let me show you. Open up the next 30 days action plan. The launchpad, let's get the launchpad going, and let me show you. It's all there ready for you. So shopping spree 1 qualified, $2,000 of free product, that's Diplomat. Cruise qualified, Ambassador. Shopping spree 2 qualified, $10,000, and that is basic Ambassador Challenge with it. Trip qualified and GRS 1 qualified. So Trip qualified is the RA. The GRS is Global Revenue Sharing. So you know when you become an RA, you get one share of this global package sales that now even includes of the IA program and the upgrade program. So let's get you to the RA level, which again makes you Trip qualified, and now you also get global revenue sharing. Let's get you luxury car qualified, and get you the GRS number 2. GRS 2 level qualified, which is global revenue sharing. You get 2 shares. Let's get your exotic car qualified, and you get global revenue sharing. You get 3 shares. So again, talk benefits, and you almost have to be, in lingo. It's like it's a conversation. It falls right within your conversation. I think the most important one is from day one that everybody can achieve. Everybody can achieve is basically, first of all, 16.6 is for people that you know that tell you they want everything. Those people, 16.6. That's because everything else fall within that. Because 16.6 will take you all the way down to Trip qualified, which is RA. After that, no, there's more qualification. But up to RA, 16.6 covers it. But for everybody else, even the ones who don't want everything and the big money and all that, cruise qualified. Let's get you cruise qualified. Cruise qualified. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to go on a cruise, and it's not that difficult. You're going to launch 10 VDMs, 3 of them you're going to help them become diplomats or become shopping spree qualified. It's not that. In fact, this cruise is a major loss leader type of promotion for the company, because there isn't enough volume or profit in this to achieve the cruise ambassador to actually pay for the cruise. Nobody does that. Usually, you have to generate a whole bunch of volume, and some of it gets allocated to give back to you as a thank you, whether it's a cruise or a trip, whatever. In this particular case, the cruise, vast majority of people that get there, there's not enough profit for the company once we pay the commissions, once we pay the wholesale profits, once we get the products. There isn't enough in there, especially when it comes to shopping spree 2 qualified, which is Ambassador Challenge winners, or when it comes to stuff like that, we lose our shirt on it. But it doesn't matter. I'm investing heavily into this. So cruise qualified is something you want to bring up to everybody. And to your hot shots, 16.6 is your fast track. So this is what you want to get people focused to always achieve. I wrote in my book, life is not about achieving happiness. It's about happily achieving. Let me repeat. Life is not about achieving happiness. It's about happily achieving. It's always about the next. Write that down. The next. So when you go to your ambassador, when you go to diplomat, the next, right? You go to shopping spree 1. You got your $2,000. The next. If you got that in 2 days, the next. You're cruise qualified, you're shopping spree 2 qualified, $10,000, you did that in 3 days. The next, it's always about the next, the next, the next, the next. So it's important that you put that out. Remember, the culture starts with you. Because if you're not bringing this up from the time you launch your new person, guess what? You set the culture that it doesn't matter. You set the culture to leave it to Beaver. Let's see what happens. Good luck. You're leaving him, oh, I go read the launch pad. No, you take him to the launch pad. You show them. Let them see the passion in you. It doesn't matter if you've done it or not. Start today. Tell them, hey, listen, I get consumed by life, but you know what? I made a big mistake. I realized I have a golden opportunity in my hand, and I need to take advantage of this. I got to do it now. So you and I, we're going to do this together. 16-6, let's get cruise qualified, like now. So again, start that, and you start that culture. You pass on to the next person. Guess what? They pass on to the next and the next and next. Remember the forensic concept. The upside to our business is that your people will do what you do. The upside to our business, your people will do what you do. The downside to our business, your people will do what you do. So be careful. They're watching you. It all starts with the culture. I keep talking about the culture, the culture. So don't think that, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to think it. I'm not going to talk about it. But you know what, I'm going to push them up to them, you know, and push them to go do all the stuff that I'm not going to do. Yeah, you're going to get occasionally some people like me who don't care. They're going to go on and build it up anyways. And that happens. Unfortunately, and I don't know why, unfortunately, most people kind of look at the pathway to success is whatever you're doing. Even if you're not successful, somehow to them, that's their world. That's their culture, right? We already know that. Every country has a culture. Within a country, I mean, we got states or provinces that have their own culture, right? Everywhere we go for vacation, we go to look at what? Their culture. The culture is everybody adopts. But guess what? Your team will adopt that. Again, I don't know why. When it comes to business, see, when I launched my profession in 1990, I was 20 years old. I'd never done MLM before. It's first time. And my sponsor quit within 6 weeks. Quit within 6 weeks. His sponsor, which I didn't know very well, quit 3 months later. And I didn't even know his sponsors. Now I'm stuck on my own, and my upline's gone. But I didn't care. I didn't get into this profession because of them. I got it because of me. If anything, I look at my sponsors and say, you know what, these guys are lame. So I went ahead and built it for the first year and a half. It took a year and a half for me to finally meet some qualified my fives so I can actually talk to. And here's the reason why. In that company, and which is true today, a lot of companies are still true today, is that because we only got paid 5 levels deep, that means anybody fell below the 5th level, all the volume they generated, in my case, it became millions of dollars every month. We never got paid on that volume because it was a breakaway plan. So I got paid, we only got paid 5 levels deep. We went indefinitely wide, 5 levels deep. So my uplines didn't really care that who I was, what I was doing, because to them, the volume was too deep. And they will focus so much because they were forced to focus on going wide, sponsoring 100, 200, 300 people front line to them. No spillover, no support. It's that type of plan. And by the way, those plans are still out today. It's still out today. We don't want to get the compensation plan today, but what I'm saying to you is that, but I didn't care my upline quit. I didn't even care his upline quit. I knew I got into this profession. There's something in my life I did not like, which was a restaurant business. And I knew I needed to get it done. I found out how. I went all the way up to the top. I found the top millionaire. Luckily, he made time for me. Luckily, he took a liking to me, even though he didn't get paid. He stretched my imagination, spent a lot of time with me, and today I am who I am because he cared, right? So it's up to you to go ahead and find the My 5 you can relate with, and not just one person. Find them all. Talk to them all. Everyone has something amazing to offer. You feel more comfortable with some of them, maybe more than the others, but get to know them all. Find out who they are. Get the mindset. Sometimes you hear the same thing 3 different ways, and it's the same thing, but you pick it up because it was said a certain way by one of them. Get to know your qualified upline. And your qualified is the key word. It doesn't mean it's the person who brought you in or sponsored, enrolled you. It doesn't mean it's their upline. It means whoever's doing the business really, really well. Somebody you want to be like, income you want to have. And in our business, being a binary pin to infinity, guess what? It doesn't matter where you're launched on this call. It doesn't matter where you're positioned on this call. It makes no difference whether you're in Mozambique or whether you're in Australia or in Toronto. It makes no difference. Every single one of you have millionaire uplines. Find them, connect with them, and get their culture. So we talked about rank advancement. Again, it starts with the culture. 16-6 for the hot shots, and who's qualified for everybody else. Shopping spree qualified, $2,000. Let's do, hey, you like shopping spree? Of course I do. Let's get you $2,000 next 3 days. Let's go. How do we do that? 3 diamonds. Let's go. It's all numbers. That's how banking system works. It's all numbers. Let's get you trip qualified. How do we do that? And would you like to get paid from all around the world, whether you're your team or not, company-wide? Of course I do. Let's get you GRS qualified. How do I do that? 16-6. You understand what I'm saying? We're talking now, we're focusing on the business, we're focused on progress, we're focused on building. We're going to sell our products, we're going to promote, we're going to wear products. Our backbone of our business is products. We're probably the only company in MLM that can rely on our products. It's a product that I used to say that it's a product that people want versus products that other companies offer that they say you need. You don't need it, but they say you need. The basic of sales, or off topic now, but the basic of sales is basically find a need and fulfill it. And if there is no need, create a need. So that's what the companies will do. They'll tell you, well, look at the cancer ratio, look at the heart disease ratio, and they give you a bottle or a cookie or a pill, and here's the solution. Of course, we know it's not even true, but they try to create, they say something that you absolutely need. Now, well, you know what? We know something about people. People want to do what they want to do, not because things that they need to do. You know what? I make fun of this. I say, you can sell people death because they want it. Death. That's right. Every day, people are buying death because they want it. It's called tobacco. What does that tell you? People do what they want. People shop because they want. People eat because they want. They don't need that chocolate cake. People do things because they want it. This was true for our business. Of course, we're far more credible, it's far more stronger than people. Somebody's trying to tell you, well, look at the heart disease ratio. Well, here's a bottle, right? So, which, by the way, is illegal. What they're doing is illegal. Thank God we don't have to resort to those type of things. We have real products that people want. You don't have to convince anybody why they need shoes. You don't have to convince anybody why they need jewelry. You have to convince anyone why they need optical, sunglasses, handbags. They have it already. They buy it all the time. You don't have to convince anybody of any of that stuff. It's a product that they want. I'm going to take it further now. When we were only a jewelry business, the first time I've said this, because I was thinking about this driving to Ottawa one day, I said, you know what? We need to even change that, because our business is more than want right now. Our business actually want and need. It's both. It's both. And it's not an artificial need that we're creating. Oh, look at, the skin, disease, and here's a cream. No, because that doesn't relate to most people. They don't have skin disease. We have a real product that people want and need. Maybe it's the first time ever in the history of MLM that's the case. And here's what I mean by that. And this came to me because I was talking to an MLM leader. This is a funny story. Talking to an MLM leader who tried to give me this, I'm sorry to say, hey, this is a leadership call, right? So we can say we can put it the way it is. It's telling you this BS. That, well, you know what, I really like health and nutrition. It's a product that people need, and I like weight loss, and, we can help a lot of obese people out there. You know the BS that you get from there. I said, okay, let's put it this way. I've lost 22 pounds. Many of you have lost a lot of weight. And so I've lost 22 pounds, and I did it without a pill, shake, anything. Basically, for me, really, wasn't even a lot of exercise. It was just more water, stop eating at 2 o'clock in the morning when I leave work. That's all it was, cut back on maybe things like rice and some basic stuff like this. I dropped 22 pounds. I accomplished what he was selling without any pills or shakes or special product. But try living without buying shoes, buying clothes, buying jewelry, buying a watch. You do it anyway. So it's not just a want. Of course, people love shopping, but they need it. Your kids grow up. Your clothes get old. You dry clean things. People lose. You know, you constantly have to. You have no choice at this. I have a choice to eat healthy. I have a choice to stop smoking. I have a choice to go to the gym. I have a choice to lose weight. I have a choice. I can do that without a special product. But I don't get a choice not to shop for life necessities like clothing, shoes, optical, glasses, watches. We need us. I have no choice. I gotta buy gifts. We got birthdays, anniversaries, Mother's Day. I don't have a choice on those. So our product is not just want, it's a need on top of that. And it's a real need. So he was quiet. I said, so to tell me which product is a more need. Yours that can be accomplished having some fruits, maybe go to Chinatown, pick up some herbs, maybe some use a juicer, whatever. You can, is that a need? Or can you stop shopping? I can guarantee you, and let me ask you a question, how many pairs of shoes do you have? He says about 8. Here you go, prove my point, doesn't it? Proves my point, doesn't it? And guess what? The rest of the world don't have to buy his product. You can get it done. So again, we're off topic a little bit. So yes, but this call, the reason why I brought this product stuff, this call is not about products, but I just want to kind of cover an experience that I had, a conversation I had with a so-called MLM leader. I got to tell you, he looked really discouraged after that conversation. And I didn't mean to discourage him. But what I don't like is people try to attack my company or my product by saying, well, you know, it's a high-end product, which by the way is a compliment. Thank you. It's high product that people, you know, it's not a life necessity. Really? Really? And you're saying that to me when you're wearing a ring, you're wearing a watch, and you're telling me it's not a life necessity. Unbelievable. It's the greatest compliment when the guy who's trying to tell you that your product is not a life necessity, and they're telling you while they're wearing a watch, they're wearing shoes, they got rings, you know, it's unbelievable. Everything that we sell, they have it on already, and they're telling you it's not a necessity. So this is the amazing part about the product line. So anyways, getting back on topic again, and that's just me. I get revved up, and it's something I need to share with you. I'm full of stories because I'm always so engaged in my business, and we're in a storytelling business. And the highest paid MLMers are the best storytellers, and you need to learn to share your stories because every single one of you have a story that just like the one I just shared. You just have to learn how to say it. And the forensic networker will teach you how to tell your story. In any event, so we talked about being shopping spree qualified 1. 16-6, cruise qualified, shopping spree qualified 2, trip qualified, GRS 1, luxury car qualified, GRS 2, exotic car qualified, GRS 3, the 10K club, which is $10,000 a month. When you first hit that number, 10K club, go for it. It sounds nice. I find that there's something about $10,000 a month, doesn't it? It's got a ring to it. And everybody who has a big dream in MLM, that's the very first thing that they bring up. I'll make $10,000 a month. And here's another story. Every single person that ever come up to me and say, hey, I want to make $10,000 a month, I ask them a question. Because they ask me, how do I make $10,000 a month? I say, you want to make $10,000 a month? I say, yeah. Okay, so what makes you so special? And they're looking at me, well, not saying anything. I ask the question again, what makes you so special that you want to make $10,000 a month? And let me tell you why. Because if you get to $10,000 a month, that puts you in the top 1.5% of income earners in the developed Western countries. Forget about, you know, some of the other countries. If for you to make $10,000 a month, that puts the top 1.5% of the population. What makes you so special that you need to be not part of the 99% and be part of 1%? And I wait for the answer. You know what people struggle with that? They struggle with that. And if you're struggling with an answer, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to get there. There's only one right answer to that question. Only one. One right answer. And that is, I'm willing to do what the other 99% are not willing to do. Let me repeat. What makes you so special that you want to make $10,000 a month? Because 99% of the population will never get there. What makes you so special that you don't need to be part of the 99% of the population, you need to be part of the 1% population? The answer is, I'm willing to do what the other 99% are not willing to do. That's a good answer. So 10K Club, we have many. Cap Club, now we're talking the dream stuff. $10,000 a week. Even hitting it one time, you're there. You accomplished something, you tasted something that 99.9% of the world will never, never, never taste. You know that 1 week, even if you hit it just one time, $10,000 in most Caribbean countries, African countries, and European countries, that is an annual income. You did it in a week. It's called Cap Club. $10,000 a week. So again, it makes sense when people say, hey, I'm motivated, I want to do this. That's what we call the Cap Club. You know, $10,000 a week. 10K Club, $10,000 a month. So use those things. Let's get your 10K Club. Use your shopping spree one. Cruise qualified. Cap Club, 10K Club. Again, those things have to become lingo and culture within your team. Now, we do something in this business in GWT that's very, very unique. We don't talk enough about it. We should talk about it all the time. Very, very, very unique in our compensation plan. It's just that the problem with GWT is, I'm the first one to tell you, there is just too many good things to talk about. Now, you don't know where to start. Where do you start? I don't know where to start. I have a list in front of me of what I want to talk about. I'm not getting to it. You know why? Because just too many things have just come up. One thing we have in GWT that, again, I've not seen is that when you launch as a diamond, VDM, you get 3 VDMs. You don't get 1, you get 3. You got VDM 1, VDM 2, VDM 3. You get 3 molds. You get 3 molds. So once you cap number 1 for 12 weeks in a row, it has to be done for 12 weeks in a row, then, which basically making $10,000 a week, that's $520,000 a year, plus all the bonuses, you're tapping close to $1 million a year. Then you can go open up a VDM 2, and when you cap that, then you can go to VDM 3. So you're looking about between $2.5 to $3 million. But here's a key part. When you cap your VDM number 1, your mold number 1, when you launch number 2 and number 3, you're not building from scratch. 2/3 of the volume that you're going to cash in on was built already because your VDM 2 and VDM 3 is located directly under your VDM 1. I don't think most people realize that. Other companies, this is what they do. When you cap your business center, once it's capped, then they give you another center on the bottom of the tree where you have nothing, and you have to start all over again. You have to start building a whole new team. Not in GWT. When you launch as a diamond, that's what diamond is so important. The power of diamond. The power of diamond. You get 3 VDMs. And when you decide to, you know what, $1 million a year is not good enough for me, or $700,000-800,000 is not good enough, I want to go ahead and double or triple that. Well, you don't have to start from beginning. 2/3 of the work you did on your VDM number 1 already is below your BC2 and BC3, your VDM 2 and VDM 3. So that volume, the millions of dollars of volume that's sitting there, you could cash in on the second time, cash in on the third time. That's the beauty, the magic of GWT comp plan that you don't see. I know companies out there that have a binary system. You've heard of the company. They've been on forever. They give you $1,000 a week. I mean, Renee can tell you about that company. He came from that company. They give you $1,000 a week cap. That's all you can make. Doesn't matter if you got $10 million volume, $1,000 a week cap, and when you cap that one center, then they give you a second center on the bottom of the tree. So it's like building 10 different BCs all over again. That's not how GWT is. We give you, so again, you have an opportunity to cash in 2nd, second, or third time on the same volume that you built years ago. Now, let's change topic because we want to shut this thing down. Let's take advantage of the international events like coming out with like Italy and St. Lucia. We have a unique business in the sense that we can build business globally. The product is pre-approved. So we have a conference going up in St. Lucia. If I were you, here's what I would do. And I know that Vernisha is listening very closely right now. So Vernisha, I'm going to eat your lunch bucket. I'm going to go on Google. MLM is in St. Lucia or the surrounding islands. Start connecting with them like trust, and boom, get them to the event. I would fly there myself. We got a bunch of leads. I would be at that conference, and I'd start a new line in St. Lucia. Same with Italy. There's a conference coming up. I will be there, and Az will be there. So I would get out there, network marketers in Italy. And I start building like and trust, fly there, and build a whole new line. And if your My5, your upline happens to be at these conferences, they can help you too. Because all you do is you book a ton of people there, make sure you have very organized with your upline, and they can help you with that process as well. So take advantage of all international events. Listen, someone else has done the work for you. Someone else is organized the venue, has team, has support, has an existing support platform in that market. The corporate, the My5, the stars of GWT will be there. All you have to do is some work on Google, on the phone, talking, like and trust. Hit the phone and start. Because without these conferences, if you wanted to open up in your country, guess who has to do all that work? You. It's being done for you. So take advantage of every major international event, even if there's local national events where you see there's a meeting going on in Montreal or in Atlanta or in Texas or Houston or whatever, Dallas. You want to make sure, okay, if there is a local meeting there, I'll build like and trust with the leadership there, whoever is running, who is heading it. Start liking and trusting with every MLM in that city and start building hardcore. It's important that you build your like and trust because in MLM what generally happens, if people go to a meeting and they like what they see, if you don't have a proper like and trust with you and your upline, again, we can have this topic in the future CDSC, how do you do a proper like and trust to make sure that your people remain with you and not go with somebody else, because this happens in MLM a lot. But if you do that, you can start. We have so many leaders in so many places around the world now. Just pick what country you want to build. You'll build in Nigeria. I don't know how many cities were in Nigeria. There's people there. You'll build in South Africa, in Ghana. You'll build in UK, in France, in Italy, in San Francisco, wherever you want. There's people around doing GWT where you can tap into. So take advantage of that. Set your own major event in your city with your My5. So if you're starting a brand new market and you got a city and you're there, you're building, things are going well, and you know what? Set your own major event. The very first thing is your direct My5. What a direct My5 is, basically people within the next few levels above you who get paid directly on you very quickly. You have anyone with a personal leg, again, you want to talk to them. And here's, listen, My5s, listen carefully. If I started something or somebody, my generation 1 and 2 started somewhere, all I need to show up, especially if these guys end up in my personal team or in my smaller team, all I need, it doesn't matter if I'm a national ambassador or global ambassador, all I need is 10 guests in the room and I'll be there. That's it, 10 guests. I don't even need a single LC. If I have one LC who can put 10 people in the room, I'll go to My5s. Get over there. There's stuff going on right now all over the United States. We got to get some of these My5s there quickly, like yesterday. We got growing fast. Now, we got direct My5. People get paid quickly and go support My5. These are people who maybe end up on the big leg, or these are the big players at the top of the chain. It doesn't matter. 20 to 50 LCs on IA, boom. The support My5 needs to be there. That's all you need. 20 to 50 LCs on IA. I don't even say diamonds. 20 to 50 people on IA, boom. These are active people who are building, using the product, selling. We want to be there to start fueling that with octane on the spark. I always say, with the spark with octane, put gasoline all over it, right? Turn into a big inferno. You want a corporate to be there, 100 to 300 IA accounts. That's all it takes, 100 to 300 IA accounts. Why there's a range? Well, if it happens to be close by, you got 100, you may get some nice woman to come out there, and she's usually the first one to go in because of importance of product training. If you happen to be very, very far, if you happen to be in Africa or some parts of Australia, Europe, whatever, you're going to need 300 IA accounts maybe for someone else to show up there. If it's close by and you have 300 IA accounts, I will be there. But if I'm going to Australia or Africa or some of these more far places, you're going to need a lot more for me to be there. So the point is that when we're willing to come, you just need a bunch of people. Because we want to come to make sure we're effective for you. I can't be effective for you if I show up and there's like 15 people sitting in the room. When I leave, what type of momentum are we going to generate? When you modify, your upline comes when you're RAs, the trip qualified people, the car qualified people, the NAs, when they come, they can only be effective for you if you got a jam-packed house. The more the better, right? So you want to make sure, start your own events. Again, your direct My 5 should be there within 10 guests. Hey, I don't care if I'm a supreme NATO commander, if I'm a global ambassador today, and myself, I found somebody in a new city, or one of my generation 1 and 2, or anybody within my small leg, found somebody in the city, and that person looks amazing, they're excited, they're motivated, and they can get 10 guests in that room, I'm there. Because that's how it goes. Remember, it's a binary system, right? You get paid to infinity. It's not like other companies where if it's too deep, you don't touch that volume. It's not like other companies that you lose your entire big leg because they don't pay you on the big leg. They pay on the small leg only. Yes, you get paid to infinity. So I would be there. So again, start your own major event. Start asking your qualified My 5, how can I get you down here? I got to tell you too, if they don't respond, keep going up to your upline, talk to your other My 5 and say, look, I'm asking my upline to come, they're not coming, and we'll deal with it because they're entitled to, they have to go. Well, we want to make sure if they're going, that you've done your job. So when he leaves, not only he's going to make a ton of money, she's going to make a ton of money, but you're going to make even more money. So start your own major event. Now, major event doesn't mean fashion shows. I want to bring this up. Seems like everybody wants to do fashion shows. Fashion shows doesn't make you money. It's branding. Fashion show doesn't make you money. It's difficult. It's lots of work to do. Most importantly, it doesn't duplicate. Remember, when your people are looking at the business, they're looking at two things. Number one, what's the business? Number two, how you do the business. They perceive the business through you. So if you're out there doing some elaborate fashion show, it takes weeks to prepare, lots of work, lots of sweat, lots of cost, that discourages most people. I don't want to do that. And no, you don't have to do that. As a company, we do a fashion show because we are a luxury designer. As a company, it's our responsibility. We want to do elaborate things to impress your prospects. And it's the most efficient way for us to get all these product releases out at one time within 45 minutes. But that's not how you should do the business. Do home branding parties instead. You can do 10, 20 home branding parties with your people for less time than it takes to sell one fashion show. I heard tonight that Daisy did one of our retail queen, Daisy did a fashion show, a home branding party a few days ago, sometime this week, for somebody, and that person, went ahead and made $2,000 in sales or profit or something like that. That's what I want to see. You doing home branding parties everywhere, weekly. You know what I really love? The branding parties. When somebody launches, have a launch party. You know what a launch party is? Say you launch a new person and say, look, get your favorite bar, something that's not too busy, quiet, not quiet, nice bar, and then you get a bag full of your stuff. You invite a bunch of friends and say, look, I just launched my business. We're doing a grand opening party at Joe's bar. Come and join me for a glass of beer. You don't have to pay for the beer. They're just coming in, and people love to come for a drink anyways. They'll come out there, and they know it's your launch party for your new business. Of course, they're talking about it. You open up the briefcase. Boom. They see some of your stuff. You give them some brochures. You give them some lookbooks, and that's how your business starts. Launch party at a local bar, at your house, at your client's house, at your friend's house. Whatever it is, it's a launch party. You can run it at one of your friend's house who wants to do it for you, and your friend will tell all their friends, hey, listen, my friend just launched a new luxury fashion business. a fashion business, and they're doing a launch party at my house. You know, come and join us for a drink. So again, I love those type of things, and you know what? It makes you money, and it creates momentum. So we can talk about other things, but I'm not going to do that. I think we've done enough tonight. There are some announcements I want to talk about, though. The next 3 CDSE calls, I'll personally do it. I will personally do it because I want to make sure that next decade's about this type of, you know, hitting the ground running, you know, rubber meets the road type of material, and start a new culture. The same culture I started 10 years ago in 2005, we put it back in. Basic, basic, basic. I think what's happened with our business, we got a lot of very smart people who are too smart for the MLM industry. And and maybe our business becomes a little bit too complicated, or we want to start talking about the basics of the business. Launch party, branding party, cruise qualified, you know, shopping spree qualified, global revenue sharing, basic, basic, basic stuff. So next 3 CDSE. Now, here's what I'm going to allow you to do. There is a CDSE Facebook page. If there is a topic you want me to cover over the next 3 weeks, go there and put it out there. Say, oh no, Ramin, can you please cover this for my team? You know, or have this question, or whatever. You know, just go ahead and come up with tangible conversation. Not like, well, you know, how come this happened to my product? That's not what it's all about, this call, okay? This call is about business, business, business. It's about building, 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 momentum, momentum, momentum. So you can put that there. Sean or Renee, if you guys have a better method of them distributing, sharing the recommendations, I've just happened to think about the CDSE Facebook page, topics that you like me to cover, and I will try to schedule it within the topics that I want to cover. The next thing is an Instant Flex Plan. The Instant Flex Plan, again, is amazing. Like I said, it had quadruple, actually more than that, 6 to 7 times the number of sheets that I get of people that qualify. Because now, what it does create a sense of urgency. A lot of people in the past who were waiting for the 60 to 50 to happen, and some of them would happen 6 months, 8 months. We get people that would quit. They wouldn't want to renew in your team because I didn't make any money, but when you take a look at their down, and you know how our people work hard for you, because we can look at that, we say, look, you should renew your account because you have X amount of points. If you add a little more points, you can cycle, right? So the point is, though, some people say, I didn't make any money. They can't say that anymore. Pretty much everybody almost makes money in GWT. It could be 20, 50, 125, whatever that number is. The Instant Flex Plan has made that possible now. It's made possible. It was designed to make sure that the residual income become accessible to everybody. There are companies out there, Isogenics, Novimo, we used to be around. These people, the biggest cycle payout is $20 and $50. There's many companies giving you, $20 and $50 to cycles. That's the highest. That's our minimum. That is our minimum. So our minimum matches other companies' highest. So it's an incredible thing. So I want to make sure until you get to the higher levels, who's qualified, in this case ambassador, so you want to make sure that everybody gets residual income. And in some of those countries, this 20, 50, 150 is very, very important. Very important. At the same time, what I talked about earlier, we had it before where you had a choice. Two things was happening. One, 99% of people didn't know about it. We knew they didn't know about it because when you look at the video of the Flex Plan, it only had like 3,000 views, but we have 60,000 people. We knew that we ran into people that didn't know about it. Secondly, they followed the culture of the up plan, which was wrong to begin with. And thirdly, we want to make sure that we create a sense of urgency. And I know it's working in some groups. Sense of urgency that I'm going to work harder to get to the next level. It's like giving yourself 7 different raises in 1 week. So it's an amazing, amazing plan. I want to make sure that everybody has access to making money, residual income. What I've decided to do now, though, once you reach an ambassador level, you can request on Hold CV. At ambassador level only, you can request on Hold CV. Because at that point, you have a regular income anyways, right? So what that means is that you can request an office, and what we'll do, it's not programmed yet, so don't go calling tomorrow. We're going to get our IT team to program it. So what you can do is, okay, you know what? I don't want to get paid out until I hit the 60 to 50. Can you hold my CV? At the ambassador and above, you can ask for this. When it's available, I'll let you know on the CDSE call. You'll know it's not available right now, but it will be. Ambassador and above, you can ask for Hold CV, send a quick ticket to the office, and we'll do it for you. Until then, I want everybody to get residual income. So another announcement, the RA trip. We're going to do it now. Well, we're planning right now for the next one. I think Sanaz is talking to a bunch of people right now, and we'll announce the next few weeks where it's going to be. It's probably going to be at the same resort that we went to last time with the last school, which was unbelievable. So we're working on it very hard right now. But we're going to do with the RA trip, we're not going to do it every year from now on. We're going to do it every 2 years, just how it is right now, because it's the group that's going to go this year. They haven't gone last year. So here's the reason why. We have a cruise every year now. It's a lot of preparation to do that. And we have a lot of qualified, which is great. But we want to make sure the RA trip that we also have a lot of qualifiers as well. It's no point going there with in a small amount of people. There's no point. There is a point, but it's better if there's more of us. So the RA trip is going to be every 2 years. Of course, the cruise is every year. So the RA trip is going to be every 2 years. That's an announcement I'm making right now. We have a new AdPack, new distributed package that's completed. So now, and you're going to love this, by the way. It is so freaking, can we say that? I just did. It is so amazing. So when you launch a new VDM, you're going to get this beautiful folder with 6 different brochures in it, individual brochures. One of them is, for example, it's a welcome brochure. One of them is for the compensation plan. One of them is for the product side of things. So one is the launch pad. You're going to get this gorgeous, gorgeous package. One is for all the media accolades and stuff like this. You're going to get that. And what's beautiful about this, the individual brochures, professionally colored, all done, all stuff, you can give that to someone on the plane to read. So somebody say, hey, you guys go on vacations? Oh, what are you doing? I'm going on vacation. My company paid for it. Really, how's it work? Here's a brochure, read it. And it talks about, you know, the launch pack, all the different cars and vacation. So this new package is unreal. It's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous. It's coming out, decade 2. It's going to be all about this package. And we'll see how we can make it available. Because if I was an LC, the question I would have is that these are so gorgeous. How can I buy these brochures in bulk so I can pass them out? We haven't gone to that level yet, but you will get a package soon. It's a physical printed package in color. Of course, the same package is going to be on the USB, so you'll have that as well. But you're going to have this beautiful package that goes out with your first order, and that package has this beautiful, nicely structured brochures covering different parts of the business. Beautiful, easy to read, fun to read, awesome. So again, that's actually completed now. We just have to, you know, design it and format it, and maybe go through another layer of editing, and then it goes into print. So I love it, love it, love it. The Diamond Rush, you wanted it, it's out. It's not going to be something we're going to carry. So you only got a few days left. Take advantage of it. Memory forensic. If it's important to you, it's important to people. If it's not important to you, it's not important to people. If it's urgent to you, it's urgent to people. If it's not urgent to you, it's not urgent to people. So at the end of the day, we can put out whatever promotion in the world, and no one in the whole universe of MLM can come up with a promotion we put out. But if you don't go out there and shout it out the rooftop, guess what? It means nothing. Because again, your people look at your reaction. If it's important to you, it's important to them, right? They follow your lead. If you're excited, if you're yelling off the rooftop, they're yelling off the rooftop to their people as well. If you're not talking about it, they're not talking about it. They look at you. What you do will duplicate. The Diamond Rush is massive. Everyone asking about it. Some teams are going after it. We see that. Some teams are doing it. Some teams, nothing. Why? We're talking about getting to Diamond for free. Maximize commissions. Maximize the buying power. Maximize the perks. Diamond Rush purely cost me money. Why? Because you get the products cheaper now. You make more money on a cycle. It has absolute no financial sense for the company whatsoever. If you guys were all retailers, it's great for me. The reason why, but this is not about that for me. I want to give everybody a maximum shot of maximizing their compensation plan to get the maximum shot at success. The easier this, I don't want to say use the word easier, the more, if you can get you the diamond, that gives them, again, that gives the maximum shot for the average person to hit a financial home run. So the Diamond Rush, we put it on the platter for you for free. Take advantage of it. Let's go. And the last thing, so that's what we talk about, is the secret day. If a poster came out, this is something we did for years, and I tell you, so many lives got altered because of this secret day. The secret day is basically, we're going to watch the movie The Secret. You're going to have all kinds of cardboards, and you're going to bring your favorite magazine, dream magazines for cars and homes and whatever. After you watch the movie The Secret, we'll discuss some stuff. It is so much fun. There's food and everything else. It's so much fun. We cut up pictures. We build a vision board, a dream board. And Sanaz will shock you with her dream board years ago that we did in our secret day. And pretty much everything on that board, she has achieved it now. She's not the only one. Many people will tell you from those early secret days, those vision boards, much of the stuff has come true. The universe works in a way that you and I don't understand. But it will align itself once you believe into something. So secret day is all about that. So at this point, I'm going to pass it on to our fearless host, or whoever else is going to close the call. It was an epic call. Love spending time with you guys. I think this might be a record attendees. A lot of leadership here. Congratulations for qualifying for this call. Remember, you represent your team. It's your job to get their questions. Come to this call Monday nights. Ask the top guys, top girls, top leaders, and bring the answers back to your team. So I'll pass it back to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mesgarlou. I know our team is going crazy in the chats. Oh, my goodness. This was exciting, full of energy, and I think you've transmitted your energy to all of us. I don't think persons will sleep tonight because already we have the best, the world's most profitable pay plan, the world's first only free-flowing variable binary system, the highest earner per distributor ratio, the highest distribution retention ratio, the highest reorder ratio, the monthly reorder ratio, and we have truly the unique international designer fashion house that no other direct sales company can compare to. And to add to all of this, you have given us more to focus on building the 16-6, the cruise, the trip, the vacation, the 10K club. And of course, I know persons are dancing. I can see Jeanette dancing in the chat, the hold on the CV, our RA trip again, and the list goes on. I don't know what else we can do, but go out there and start building. The Diamond Rush, the secret event, and again, like you said, we invited the whole world to St. Lucia, the entire world to Italy. We can all take a luxury vacation because this is what Global Wealth Trade is about, a luxury lifestyle. And I can tell you, before Global Wealth Trade, I did not have a social life. My life was the hospital. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. I have a life now. I have a future bright with Global Wealth Trade. This is what it's all about. GWT lifestyle, luxury lifestyle, and helping others do the same. Building our dreams and helping persons build their dreams along with us. So thank you so much. Let me see if we have any questions, anybody who wants to comment before we move on. Sherry, I know you're on too, and you can help me in this. Thank you. I'm not seeing Sean again as a presenter, but Sherry, I'm going to allow you to start since you're on with me.
I'm here. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Ramin. You know, you need to check that CDSE charts that we are having right now. Like everyone is so popped up. Thank you so much, Ramin. So just for all the amazing news and for your amazing training tonight, I'm speechless, seriously. Like and for next 3 weeks you are going to be on with us. Wow, that's just so amazing. So I'm here with you, Anthea, and let's see if we can if there's anyone like to talk, and we can unmute them too.
Okay.
At this very moment,
I
I'm
can see
so
some comments
excited.
coming
I
in.
hear my voice is shaking right now.
Okay, let me see. I see some comments coming in. Venetia said her pressure is up to the sky. She love this. Junior is so excited, and I know he loves St. Lucia. He's really hoping to come there as well. So let me see whose hand is up and who we can
I'm going to
unmute.
unmute a few leaders that I know who like to talk a few words here.
Okay, I'll let you go ahead, Sherry.
Dr. Anthony, are you there? And please unmute yourself, and I'd like to hear your words too.
My God, my God, my God. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Everybody on the call, good morning, my amazing CEO. Thank you so much, Sherry. You know, this is 4:15 a.m. here in Nigeria. I mean, being on this particular call, I'm telling you, everything our CEO just was talking to us from the first right into the announcement just got me, on the edge of my bed, rising up the excitement, going up. I mean, it's a complete reset. Whatever Ramin wanted to accomplish with this call, my boss, you have accomplished this. You've got me 1,000% up. I've risen up higher than how I came on this call early this morning. And I'm telling you, when I heard about this, the whole CV stuff, I was like, are you kidding me? Is he serious about this? What are we talking about? Everybody needs to go ambassador now. Everybody has to get there, get cruise qualified. I mean, I'm just so excited. I'm trying to keep my voice down. My kids are sleeping. I don't want to wake them up. I'm just trying to keep my voice down, keep my excitement down. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of boot camps all over the place, helping the team, helping people all over the world. This is epic. It's awesome. GWT, a thought came to me. Let me just end with this. A thought came to me. It's our culture in GWT to always be light years ahead. We are always light years ahead of every and any other company. No company is born, no company out there that compares to GWT. Thank you, everybody, folks. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm dancing here.
Thank you, Dr. Anthony. And we also have Maria Gaderi has a bunch of thank you, and also I'm muting you, and please say a few words yourself there, Maria.
Hi, Sherry. Can you hear me?
Very clear. Go ahead.
Awesome. I want to scream and yell, and I'm trying to put all my excitement into the CDSE and all the group chat. Ramin, thank you so much. You are amazing. You're the best CEO on this planet. I just said we needed someone to kick our butt because we're enjoying the residual income. And here you come. Thank you so much for this call. Thank you for all the announcement. We are ready to shake the Europe conference and the St. Lucia conference and more conference we're going to create for you all around the world. And I'm looking forward to travel with you and Sanaz and the rest of leadership all around the world. We're going to dominate the entire world. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. Back to you, Sherry.
Thank you, Maria. Please mute yourself. I'm going to unmute Raja Mesgarlou, our #1 top earner. Hello, Raja.
Hi, Sherry. Can you hear me?
Very clear. Go ahead, please.
Well, I can yell because there's no one here, so I don't have to keep my voice down. This was a powerful call. All the leaders on it, and I tell you, just when we are, we are excited. We're always excited, but when we get our CEO on the call, and he's that passionate and that excited and tells it the way it is, gets me really riled up. I mean, you guys might think he's my brother. I have access to him all the time. Yes and no, because he's busy doing what he's got to do corporately. We all know what they do. And we're trying to keep up with them on our side. But I tell you, I personally, when I get our amazing corporate, our amazing CEO on the call, I hear his words. I hear, it just brings back the memories of how it's supposed to be done, how it's supposed to go about our business. I mean, we did that and much more with far lesser of programs in the past, far inferior compensation plan, products. I mean, everything that he talks about, it's like unwrapping an old nightmare. And you know what? Makes you realize how great you have it here. For those of us that come from the field, it's just unbelievable. Gets me all excited. Wrong time of the night to get excited, but you know, gets me excited. And I'm sure those of you guys are feeling the same. Yes, let's not miss any of the events. Let's not miss any of the you know, launches. Let's not miss any of the you know, new markets like Italy that I was talking about, and St. Lucia. Let's try to make all of them. And you know what? What he said is so true. It's so easy this day and age by getting on the internet, connecting with networkers, regardless of the location. If GWT is going there, they have networkers there. They have people there. It's our job. We get paid really good for it anyways. We get paid amazing. So it's our job to reach out and let people know about what's happening with GWT in their part of the world and so on. So yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you, Ramin. Awesome call. Back to you, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we also have Rob from Australia, and then I'm going to unmute Obdulia, and also after that with Jeanette. So Rob.
Every 1 minute.
Yes.
Leo asked to be unmuted. He's unmuted and ready to go. Leo Scaler.
Leo Scaler. Yes, for sure. But Rob has his hand up like 6 minutes ago. So let's have Rob say speak first, and then we go.
Okay, then.
Leo.
Let you know.
Thank you. Hi, Rob.
Hi guys. How are you?
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, awesome call. You know, excuse me, I got a bit of sore throat this morning, but yeah, look, it's just before lunchtime here in Perth, Australia, and you know, just another reason to get to ambassador for everybody. You know, I'm obviously working on getting to ambassador, and just got another reason to get there. So, thanks, Ramin, for your awesome energy, and it's always it surprises me when Ramin comes on with so much fire in his belly and so much enthusiasm, and it's just obviously contagious. And yes, I thank you very much for that. I do have a question about the skincare, but I guess that might be for another time. Just around profit margins and stuff like that, and how we, obviously, I believe that this business is just going to go through the roof once that skincare hits the market, because that's just going to be an awesome addition to our already fantastic lineup. I just keep getting surprised and impressed and just awestruck. We've already got the best business on this planet. We've already got the fastest millionaire maker on this planet. And every time every few months, Ramin just comes back and makes it even better. So again, thanks guys. Awesome call, and I love it. So I'm looking forward to obviously the next year and the next 10 years. It's going to be great.
Well, let me address that. I'm not sure if Sanaz Human, thank you, Rob. I'm not sure Sanaz Human is on the call. Sanaz, if you're on, please unmute her. She has some excellent, maybe a quick teaser on the skincare. I will tell you this about the skincare. One of the best things Sanaz did was send out a survey after the convention to all their LCs. The numbers came out amazing. One thing about skincare, it's a very personal thing. So it doesn't matter what you put out, right? Because some people like it dry, some people like it a little bit foamy, some people like it a little bit, they don't want it too greasy, some people like it. Anyway, so everyone's so different. So you're never going to get, 100% like of anything. It's like food, right? 100% people like the same type of food. It's very... So if you're basically producing something that's going to relate to some people, right? But our numbers come out absolutely amazing. But what they did, they added a bunch of questions that wasn't even relevant to our skincare line we released, which was, what do you like to see? And we saw some incredible feedback of things that our LCs wanted that wasn't even in our plan. So like, wrinkle remover or reduce puffiness under the eyes and those type of things. So then when we got back, we said, look, I wanted to ask something. So we brought the scientists back. We had a meeting with them and with both of them. And we said, tell me the truth. Do we need 15 different products to accomplish 15 different things? And because it seems like skincare companies like to have a different product doing a different thing. And I was curious to know that, does it have to be that way? And he kind of looked at me and smiled, and he says, well, depends how much money you want to make. So the question was, I guess the answer was, no, you don't. Now, there are some things you got to watch out for, but he says you can accomplish many of these things at the same time with the right formulation, with the right product, right grade of the product, right potency, and the way you put it together to make sure that the blend stays together, that one doesn't sink or sag. So anyway, long story short is that we went back to the drawing board, and instead of coming out with day cream, night cream, that stuff, we're coming out with different types of products, which again, it's existing of what we have introduced to you, except it's going to a completely new level. And I will tell you, this, it's going to be like a multi-stage type of product, some of them that, because I don't want to have 30 products doing 30 things. I like to see 3 or 4 doing 30 things. So, and it turns out you can, if it's done the right way with the right ingredients, right machinery, the right potency. So for the past 5 weeks now, the scientists were back at it, and I'm hearing that, so that's had some update for me, but I was too busy, and they want to come, they have something. So they want to come and see us again. So I'm revved up, as you can see, because, there are other MLM companies that they do the, the comparison, they cut block one eye, and they do something on half the face, and again, that's what we're working on, except not just that. We're doing more than that. It's a multi-stage where you use this product within 7 days, you see this, within 30 days, you see this, within 90 days, you see this. It's revolutionary. It's never been done before. So I'm revved up. Actually, so that's tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. She's flying out to New York. And she's going there because we're finalizing the packaging for our prestige level skincare coming out. So there's a major show in New York, and we're finally, because we thought we had it, but then we decided to go back to the drawing board, and we said, no, we're not going to use that. So she's flying to New York tomorrow with Rachel, and the target is, because the formulation is ready, now we need the packaging. So that's happening tomorrow. And now the formulation is ready, we're going to do some testing. And by the way, there's a bunch of tests we're going to do. Like, we're not going to be like other companies, release something and subject our people to perhaps litigation, or somebody gets some type of allergic reaction, because some people are allergic to everything. Literally, some people live in a bubble because oxygen to them is toxic. But there are things you could do like big designers do, which goes through clinical trials, and they go through this hypoallergenic testing. And so we're doing all of that next, where when it comes out, we know that with that certificate, we're going to have those certificates. You don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about anything. And we know that's going to meet 90% of the world's demand. So anyways, I priced it more than I should have. The packaging will take about 8 to 12 weeks for it to finalize, because you have to order these things. Once we design it, which we've done already, you have to get the mechanics. Some of these mechanicals, for example, the sprays, all this stuff comes from Germany, because we don't want an Asian version, because they leak or they don't last very long. So once we put the components together, engineering and packaging, that takes about 8 to 12 weeks, and we'll have a major celebration party on that. So I priced it more than I should have. Sometimes if you're on the call, maybe you want to come and say a couple of words. Maybe you should look out for her. But that's as much as I can say about that.
Well, thank you so much, Ramin. I don't see Sanaz. Maybe I'm not sure if she signed up under Sayed, her father.
No, nothing. Mr. Human never misses a call. That's one gentleman. I'll tell you, every call, every training, every Tuesday night, every Sunday. If we had 7 nights a week, Mr. Human will be there, and that's the way you gotta be.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have a lot of people like to share, but I think let's have Lior and then Jana and Abdulia, and then we can close the call after. Lior?
Hi everybody, Lior Scaler here. I've got a sleeping baby like Dr. Anthony over there, so I'm going to try to keep it down a little bit. I know it's hard because this call was revving on all engines. It was turbocharged, supercharged. Moon. So exciting. I remember when I first got started 8 years ago, having Ramin come into the booth. Same information 8 years ago was, it got me motivated, got me inspired, got me pumped up. But motivation, it wears off. You go to sleep, you wake up in the morning, you're not motivated. So don't just use this for motivation. Actually take the information that you heard today, listen to the recording, and use it. Use it and take action with it. Give it to your team. Like Ramin said, put it into your vocabulary. talk the language, speak it, and just take action with it, because that's what's going to make a difference for your business. That's what's made a difference for my business, is using the same teachings and trainings that I've been hearing Ramin say for the last 8 years. I've put it into action, and only action can create results. So thank you so much, Ramin, for sharing the information today, and I really can't wait for everything that's to come. And I'm gonna stop now before the baby starts to cry. So thank you, everybody, and have a great evening.
Yes, I understand. I'm with you too. And next, Della Janet, please.
Hi, Sherry. Hi, Ramin. Good evening, everyone. We're actually screaming and moonwalking right now. So thank you so much. It's such an amazing, great news. And like Lior said, it's really time to take massive action, all-out massive action. That's the only way to get into rank advancement, and also, increasing paycheck and creating a whole bunch of millionaires in this company. And of course, skincare, we're very excited about that. I cannot wait. I think I can wait about 12 weeks. But I'm really dying to get the skincare release. So thank you so much, Ramin. We're screaming. Thank you. Sherry, I'm going to pass the call first to Sean.
Okay.
Wow. What an insane call. I mean, we talk about level 10. This call was level 11. So thank you so much, Ramin. The moment Ramin said he's going to do the call the next 3 weeks, I already started asking in all the groups, who's going to be CDSC qualified next week, who's going to be Shopping Spree 1 qualified, who's going to be Cruise qualified. Well, anybody who's coming to the Caribbean Conference, I also asked them who's going to be Catamaran qualified, because, of course, we're having that down there thanks to our CEO and Senior VP. So you're all welcome to come down to the Caribbean and join us. That's going to be epic. I can't wait for Italy. That's going to be epic as well. And it's just the start of blowing this up to the billion-dollar dream and vision, that Ramin has had. And of course, we all have the opportunity to become one of the 1,000 millionaires in that vision. And it's here, it's happening, it's real. So get everybody on your team qualified to be on this call next week, because us going back and sharing the message is awesome, but them hearing it directly from our CEO is absolutely priceless. So thank you, Ramin. Back to you. Sherry and Anthea, you're doing an amazing job of Ambassador of the Month. So proud of you. Back to you, Sherry.
Thank you
Sean.
so much, Sean. So, Obdulia.
I'm so excited, all the way from California. I can't wait to have our CEO for the next 3 weeks. I can't wait to have more of my team being part of this CDS call. Oh my God, I'm just so excited. It has been a totally blessed call tonight. Thank you, Mr. Ramin Mesgarlou. Thank you for making the time. Thank you for always willing to be teaching all of us. Some of us are more new to the GWT, some of us been there for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you're always willing to teach all of us exactly what we need to know to be successful in GWT. And remember, CDS, this is our weekly call to learn from the masters, especially to learn from our CEO for the next 3 weeks. I mean, this is unbelievable. I don't know. I cannot explain it. It's going to be the next 3 weeks. They're going to be amazing. We're going to be learning from the CEO, from the only CEO in the world who has changed so many lives, who is there for us, who has helped so many millionaires. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Thank you so much for making the time. Thank you. And see you all in the Caribbean. See you all in Italy, because I'm going to be there, because, just like our CEO said, we can be there. We can have tons of prospects joining us. The event is already there for us. We just have to go online and find the marketers, find the network marketers, find the leaders from those markets, and invite them to our GWT event in Italy, in the Caribbean. So see you all there. I challenge all of you who are on the call to be there with me, to be there with their leaders from those markets, and I know we can do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm totally with you, Obdulia. I'm so excited myself here too. And actually, last one I like to call on is Valicia from St. Lucia. Hello, Valicia.
Good evening, Sherry. Good evening. Ramin, what are you doing? Ramin, what are you doing? Oh my God, I've lost my voice over so many things and I don't have a voice anymore. You can hear my baby crying in the background because I've done so much noise and screaming. But you know, the best way I think, not that I think, but the best way to say thank you is to really get into serious action, to really bring forth the results so we can benefit, actually benefit from all of what Ramin has shared with us tonight and all of what he's making available. So back to you, Anthea, you're rocking as the ambassador of the month. And Ramin, again, thank you, and good night to everyone.
Renee would like to say some say a few words too. Let me see if we can have Renee unmuted. Hold on for 1 sec. Hello, Renee.
Oh, hey, Sherry, thanks so much. I just she's here at the Great Wolf Lodge on a mini vacation trip, and the kids are sleeping in the room next door, and I'm jumping on the master bed with these wooden poles everywhere, and I'm so excited. I just want to share my excitement, and thanks to everyone. I can't wait for the same call next week. Thank you, Ramin, and everyone else.
Thank you, Renee. Anthea, back to you. I know if we could keep going and there's no end to the call. Everyone is so excited. Everyone likes to share, but let's close the call. And thank you so much, Anthea. You've been doing amazingly as Ambassador Month. Go back to you, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sherry, for being here with me, helping out, being my first month. I'm having fun. I'm really enjoying it. And every week, every call, I'm learning more. And this is what GWT is all about. And I want to bring that back to my team members. This is where we grow. We grow personally, we grow our business, and we grow together as a family. So thank you, everyone, for being on the call. I know we won't be sleeping for the next few months. I know we won't be sleeping up till the St. Lucia conference, Italy conference. So that's it. Like Reza says, sleep is irrelevant. Let us go out there and build our business, get everyone to ambassador and above. Thanks again for being on the call, and I'm excited to have our CEO on the next 3 calls. If this one is as exciting as it is, I don't know what will happen after the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. So good night, everyone. Good night.